they say when a guy shoots the air ball in the NBA? They say air ball to make sure everybody knows. But again, he still got to get back on D.
Right.
Like the game didn't end. He don't get to throw his hands up and sulk.
Right.
That's supposed to be used as a learning experience. Most comedians don't get booed enough. I mean, this is how you end up with a Michael Blackson who's a real African doing a fake African accent. Okay, this guy is mad at me. All I did was give him the best advice of his life. Remember, he was wearing dirty dashikis. And I told him he needed to dress to be in the position that he's trying to say that he's in. And if you're the African king of comedy, sir, there's actually comedians in Africa doing comedy. If you're going to say that, you got to go to Africa and get a school, dude. Everybody you got to put in some work. And these guys, they take my advice. They change their whole persona. And then they hate me for it. And generally, I'm just too big to comment or make a statement about it or do a live or any of that. But when it gets to be a whole grouping of these guys, I gotta come and talk to Shannon.
All right, so you guys just saw what he said about Michael Blackson. So this is Michael Blackson's response to Katt Williams. He says, Katt Williams is a very smart midget nigga. He took shots at the top 10 comedians alive today so we can all respond and make him relevant again. I can't believe this lying, dehydrated leprechaun said he told me to build a school. Laughed my ass off. I only built a free school so kids can whoop your ass for free, mother sucker. Katt Williams is definitely top 10 comedians of all time and top 5 alive, but we all have to agree he's not the Katt Williams of 2005. Then he says, top 10 black comedians alive: 1, Eddie Murphy; 2, Chris Rock; 3, David Chappelle; 4, Katt Williams; 5, Martin Lawrence; 6, Kevin Hart; 7, Mike Epps; 8, Cedric; 9, Earthquake. And guess who 10 is? You beach mother sucker, LOL. Then he says, I'm confused. I'm African with a fake African accent. My accent has had me roasted every day in school and in comedy clubs in America. I wish I could get rid of it. Even my Philly accent is fake. I guess the only thing real about me is my beak. Then he says, never been booed ever, but I've watched Katt get booed in 2 cities. Cincy, and I forgot the other city. The fucked up shit is Cincy is where he's from, and it's fucked up when your own city boos you. So that is what Michael Blackson had to say. And then as we all know, Katt Williams, he definitely had some shade for Faison Love.
I only put on comedians that are funnier than me. Anybody that ever told you differently was a fat Faison liar. There's nobody like me in the business.
Faison just called it straight.
Faison said that getting a Netflix special is easy. I have 12 specials. Guess how many Faison got? 0. So why is he allowed to have conversations about real?
And Faison Love is finally responding. So Faison Love took to social media and he posted this: "The king is dead." And he's showing Katt Williams' new tour is on Groupon. He also posted this: "Holding boys hostage, Katt." And this is from TMZ. It says 911 call. Katt Williams won't let me leave. Then he also posted this: "All my brothers and sisters were jealous of me because I was the only child. Something Katt might say." Now also there was another response that Faison Love just posted as well. It's somebody doing some type of freestyle. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all that too.
I be a lie, say I never thought about giving up. They say they real, but when it's real, they be switching up. These niggas weak as fuck. Back ends picking up. I'm popular now. Don't get it fucked up.
All right, so you guys just saw that clip. Faison is definitely bothered. He's literally been posting every other hour on Katt Williams. Now, yesterday, Tiffany Haddish had replied back to him in the comment section, but today she was seen on stage replying back to Katt Williams because Katt Williams was definitely throwing shots at her and Kevin Hart. So I want y'all to watch those clips right here.
Guy Torrey did a beautiful special about the Comedy Store and Fat Tuesday, where he said that Steve and Cedric and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish came through there and made... All lies. Steve and Cedric never performed at the Comedy Store at all. Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
I've been doing shit. I was on That's So Raven. I was on all this shit. I've been out here. I've been telling jokes since 1996. 1996. This man said, oh, they wouldn't let her perform in a comedy store. That's true. They wouldn't let me perform on the white nights in the comedy store, but I performed on all the black nights. They wouldn't let me perform on the white nights at the Improv, but I performed on all the black and Latino nights. And so the rest of my...
So now let's go ahead and talk about the Joe Rogan situation, because Katt also called out Joe Rogan for pushing 6 unfunny comedians. So Joe Rogan is also responding back to Katt Williams, and this is what Joe Rogan had to say.
And that's how it was for blue comedy. If you were a comedian that cussed, you were ridiculed by the mainstream comedy geist. That would be like me being on Joe Rogan. Joe don't want me on there. I need to be on Shannon. Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny. He want to push out. But that's really how it is.
Joe Rogan says, I love Katt. He's one of my favorite comics. I'd love to have him on. We talk about him all the time. If he's down, I'll make it happen. So a lot of people are saying Joe's just trying to ride, the coattails, because Katt Williams, we all know he doesn't interview like that. And I'm really glad that he chose to go on a black platform. And I think as of today, last time I checked, that interview was at 11 million. It might be at like 15 by now. But I think Joe Rogan is just trying to, take advantage of a viral moment. So, of course, he's going to want Katt Williams to come onto his, set and things like that, which makes sense. Katt Williams would definitely, help bring him views. Not saying that Joe Rogan doesn't get views, but, everybody wants to know what Katt Williams has to say next. So that was funny that Joe Rogan has not replied as well. So now on top of that, Kevin Hart has also replied back. So this is what Kevin Hart has to say as well.
That's what these comics understand, is that I'm not doing nothing for clout. I don't even recognize clout. But eventually the Lord is going to let me and you be in one hallway. Kevin Hart done went 25 years without ever being in the same building with me at the same time. If I go in the building, he walk out. You've never seen us in the same building ever in 25 years. Like, it's like that. Why? Why?
Yes.
Because I'm really the product. It's not what you think. I am never under the influence of anything. I'm always in my right mind. I'm always a physical specimen. And when you see me, I'm much, much bigger than you had thought.
You think you can do this shit? You think you can do this to me?
Kevin Hart says, gotta get that anger up out your champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days. There is a moment in the trailer where Gumma Gum Barthorall says they really love you. I now know she's talking about Katt. Mark your calendars, world. This one is special. So he posted that and people were lighting him up in his comment section. Somebody even said this, you wearing a dress in this one, Kevin? So a lot of people have been going in and giving their opinions towards these comics. We saw, Trick Daddy's response. We've seen Ricky Smiley's. Well, now people are also pulling up an old interview from Brandon when he talked about them putting him in a dress. So that's going viral right now. People have found jokes that Steve Harvey stole from Katt Williams. People have also found clips of Mark Curry and him speaking on Steve Harvey. Hell, people even put together a montage of the 7 big-faced, light-skinned women that Katt Williams was talking about as well. What else? There's just so much. Ludacris also came out. If you guys remember, Katt Williams kind of called out Ludacris, and he also responded with a freestyle. Gary Owens has also come out. He's basically backing up Katt Williams. On top of that, people have put together montages of all the top black comedians wearing dresses, along with Dave Chappelle basically talking about this years ago on Oprah Winfrey, confirming everything Katt Williams said. DC Curry is also talking about Friday After Next. Hell, even Ice Cube has come out. In the past 20 minutes, Ice Cube has dropped a 9-minute video talking about this whole situation on Club Shay Shay. Dion Cole done came out and he got something to say too. He basically has Katt Williams back. Lunel is playing crazy like she don't know what's going on. D-Ray came out, but he was really neutral. His response was kind of boring. Y'all can go search for it yourselves. But yeah, I mean, this is the interview that just keeps on giving.
We'll catch you this time. Why do we need to be in a dress? And I get so mad, I say, you don't want me. You want Brandon T. Jackson. And that's who they went and got.
You mentioned the dress. There's a big conversation about that. Did you get like slack when you wore the dress at that moment?
It was like, wasn't slack from people. Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress. You know,
he called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was in Luda.
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done a... Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people? Yes. It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it.
Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati, and I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes.
You sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview. Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. And then he gets this high-top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask him, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, okay, and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. And Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract. Can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? Can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy because he had 7 TV shows.
See, the reason I stopped was because I 7 shows on TV all at once.
The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story.
Please give it up for Steve Harvey one time. Give it up for Steve Harvey. He's an excellent comedian. One of the finest we've ever had. But he don't want no parts of this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is some other shit. I don't know why he came out here with all this money y'all spent on them motherfucking tickets and talked about a lady in the audience for 15 goddamn minutes. That nigga should have talked about me the way I've been to talk about his bitch man. Nigga to fucking win to a championship, my nigga. You did. see that nigga had to take off that lace front high top fade but he came out here to battle me, goddamn. I plays no motherfucking game, Steve. I'm a little nigga, I fight dirty. You did.
You did, baby.
What the fuck is he thinking about? He trying to copy off me and bring that ugly ass, sparkly ass tie out. With a regular black suit like he was going to a funeral. Yours, nigga, yours. That nigga think I give a fuck. I give less than a fuck. Whatever less than a fuck is. You the one came out here and told jokes about if a bitch lick you on the left nipple, you buy that bitch a car. If that ain't the trickiest shit I ever heard. Bitch, you can suck my dick with the Holy Spirit in your mouth. I ain't buying you a goddamn car. I ain't even gonna give you a ride. But that's the problem. It's a generation gap.
Let me tell y'all about Mark Curry. He was one of the funniest comedians in the 90s that was blackballed. You feel me? He was hilarious. Katt Williams is giving him his flowers on Club Shay Shay. Y'all remember Hanging with Mr. Cooper? It's on no streaming service, so people can't really watch it, but I believe it's on YouTube. It's not on Netflix, Tubi, HBO Max, none of that, but it was funny. Mark Curry also played Sergeant Easy on the Jamie Foxx show, one of the funniest episodes. That's actually one of my favorite episodes of that show that he was on. He was hilarious on there. You know what I'm saying? So Katt Williams was on Club Shay Shay, and you can tell that Katt Williams got love for him. He's giving him his flowers. You know, Steve Harvey stole his sauce. He stole Mark Curry's sauce. Don't y'all see the similarities? Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and even Mark Curry say this. He stole his whole idea on the Steve Harvey show. He don't like that show at all. And Steve Harvey, you know, is fake. Mark Curry says he's fake. Even to this day, Mark Curry say Steve Harvey still stealing his jokes. You know, they ran into Steve Harvey on the street, you know, and he talking about, man, Mark Curry need to grow up. I ain't been on stage since 2015, but man, I just want y'all to just realize, man, that no matter how funny you are, if Hollywood want to blackball you, you're getting blackballed. But Katt Williams still has a name, and I like how he giving him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell that Mark Curry was a mentor to Katt Williams. You know, Katt Williams a real one for that. But watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper, one of the funniest shows and good shows of the
Halloween was a trip. Halloween, we couldn't afford no Halloween costumes. Hey, kids, please. Mama sent us down to the liquor store, put boxes on us. We didn't know what we were.
I don't know what we are. I don't know. She didn't tell us. I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know.
You've heard me say that every Halloween I had the same outfit on. Every year. I just had a brown box. No, it wasn't nothing sad. I asked my father, could I have a new outfit? And he said, no, just wear the same one. And it was just a brown box. And he just told me to tell everybody I was the UPS man.
Now, what is gas? $600 a damn gallon right now? I don't care how much money you got, gas is entirely too high. That's all I'm saying. You are not supposed to be at the gas station making life decisions. You just at the pump. Just, Negro, did I eat today? I can't get no half a tank. I got 6 cigarettes. I can't even do it. They done messed up the whole gas station experience. Used to be, if you had $10, $15, you could go to the gas station with confidence because you knew you was either going to be full or damn near full. If you had a 20, you didn't even talk to the person at the counter. You just 20 on 11, bitch. They done messed up the whole gas station experience. Used to be, if you put $15 in your tank, you had time to bond with your vehicle. You had time to put the nozzle in and set the clicker and look through your car and clean off the dashboard and look through your CDs and run in the store and get some Pringles and a Snapper and it'll still be pumping. Now if you put $15 in, you can't even turn around good for that son of a bitch click. As soon as you put it in, just click, click. There ain't no damn gas in that car.
Gas $4 a gallon. Can't even pump gas like you used to no more. $4 a gallon. You remember when you used to go to pump and put the nozzle in there and hit it? Be sitting there talking, be on your phone. Hey, what's happening? Be walking around, cleaning the windshield. Speaking to hey, girl, what's happening? What you doing? Hey, you. Hey, dog, hey, you go in there, bring me a wine cooler. Bring me a cooler, dog. Not no more. Ain't nothing going on at that pump except you and that pump. Your ass is looking at that pump. Give me some. 4401. God! Put $60 in your tank. You get in there and start it up, and you can't believe that damn.
I got to get into. I got to unpack this podcast because Katt made a comment where he said, "Why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over?" And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't, quote unquote, crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I've been I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, this is I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now I listen, I can't say for 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and he'll always remain nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, is this dude, and this was years ago. I was young in the game. But I was just like, wait a minute. Is this happening right now? I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, I made it very clear I like women. I'm not going that route. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna get into it, but I was wondering, I was like, ooh, is this happening to me right now in real life? So I think Katt was saying I haven't sold my soul, and that's why I haven't crossed over.
Yo, I was just sitting here thinking, and do me a favor. Anybody that do interviews or anybody know him, Katt Williams, if you're ever around him, ask him, how much money has he given away? Just given away. Like, just ask him that. Just be like, how much money have you given away? If you're around him, if you're interviewing him, just ask him. Because it has to be insane. Katt is one of the most generous people that you ever gonna meet. And a lot of people don't know that. He don't get a lot of press and love for that. One of the most generous ever. He's had to have given away, I don't even know the number, it has to be crazy. Because there's a lot of people with stories about him giving money to. Case in point, I remember I was at the Comedy Store performing one night, got off stage, and this was like early on, before really a whole bunch of stuff was happening for me. I get off stage and everybody like, man, good set. So many people saying that. Some girl came and put something in my hand and said, good set, but I didn't see her. I just heard her, and she walked off. And I thought it was like a phone number in my hand. And when everybody walked away and stuff, I looked in my hand and it was $1,000. And then I looked out in the audience trying to find the girl, and I'm like, man, I can't remember her face, and I couldn't see her, and I was just like, who gave me $1,000? But anyway, I just was like, wow. And later on, about a month later, somebody told me that happened to them, and they said Katt Williams was in the audience. And I put two and two together and was like, wow, he did that to me then. He never tell you, he never makes it known or any of that. So if you ever around him, ask him. If you ever around him, ask him, how much money have you just given away?